Welcome back in the land of the taiga forest. Today I'm going to talk about how to grow a giant sequoia tree. This is a giant sequoia seedling, and these are some chickadee varieties from the taiga. I pay them with peanuts. This is a 2-year-old seedling. Giant sequoias can be grown in almost any climate, but in extreme climates they need help, especially in the first 2 or 3 years. You can buy your seedlings or grow them from seed. You can grow giant sequoias both indoors as well as outdoors. Indoors, close to a window but away from the heater. Make sure to keep the soil moist, not wet. Water every 2 days, and the more sunlight they get, the better. Before bringing your seedlings indoors for the winter, let them experience some frost. Make sure to water them really well. After a couple of weeks, bring them indoors into the coldest area of the house. Then spray them with water and water the container as well. Snow protects your giant sequoia from cold and dry winds. The bigger the layer of snow, the better. In Yosemite National Park, these seedlings can be covered in meters of snow. During the spring, summer and autumn you can bring them outdoors. Let them adjust slowly to the full sunlight. After a couple of weeks you can place them in the sunniest area of your garden. Now what's the growth rate of a giant sequoia tree? Under optimal growing conditions, your giant sequoia seedling can grow to 2 meters tall after 3 growing seasons. The more sunlight they get, the faster they grow. The more nutrition they get, the faster they grow. When you make sure the soil is moist, the faster they will grow. The more natural rain, the faster they grow. They grow fastest at 20 degrees Celsius. This is about 68 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The bigger the container they grow in, the faster they grow. Spray them with water in the morning and in the evening. Grow them in a mixture of compost, soil and sand. Every year you can add a little layer on top, containing of sand and compost. An inch, a couple of centimeters. Water the soil. Good day, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about preparing your giant sequoia trees for the winter in a cold climate. The first thing that you need to do is make sure that you water it well before it starts freezing. The second thing you need to do is mulch it well, about 5 centimeters I would say, with leaves and needles, for example. And the first thing you need to do is protect your tree against the wind. Very young giant sequoia seedlings I would either bring indoors or dig into the ground. Can you grow a sequoia in a cold climate? Yes, you can. During winters, your sequoia seedlings will receive a lot of damage. This 1-year-old seedling lost about half of its foliage after the first winter. Snow that melts becomes ice at night and cut the seedlings. When it's cold and there's no snow but a lot of wind, the seedlings might die of freeze drying. In a cold climate, giant sequoias grow way slower than in moderate and warmer temperatures climate. The growing season is much shorter, and during the summer the nights are very short. I read once that giant sequoias grow at night. They need the darkness, and night temperatures are often low. But here in the taiga, they get meltwater, enough rain, and moist nights. The growing season is from May to September. This sequoia is 2 years old at about 15 centimeters. But I think the third year it will start to grow really fast. Full sun is really important here. Just 1 extra hour of sunlight and the seedling will grow much faster. During summer it's best to water your giant sequoia seedlings in the ground every week or so. Don't water them during the rainy seasons. They like rain but not wet feet. Water them more often during the warm summer months and try to give them some shade when it gets very hot. You can give them some special fertilizer for growth and make some of your own compost with banana peels, coffee, and tea leaves. You can also give them a little fish fertilizer. You can also give them a little bit of wood ash. The bigger the tree gets, the more you can feed your sequoia. You can also give them some trace elements and add a thin layer of leaves and pine needles. This is 3 giant sequoias planted together. The first one seems to be struggling. This one looks much better. The first goal of a giant sequoia is to grow a very big trunk. When there's not much sun, it will try to grow thin and tall. This is what a giant sequoia looks like. This is in a botanical garden in Norway. This is a meta sequoia from China. Its trunk looks similar but still different. It is very doable to grow your own sequoia trees from seed. You can buy some giant sequoia seeds online. Soak the seeds in water for about 24 hours. For best success, cold stratify them. You can put them 2 days in the freezer or 2 weeks in a fridge. Sow them very lightly, about 2 millimeters of soil. Keep them moist, not wet. Keep them in a little bit dark place and then every day in a little bit more lighter place. Now you will slowly see them pop up. After about a week you can transplant the seedlings into their own containers. Water them every day and now you can slowly bring them into the sunlight. Keep them in your windows and keep them away from a heater. When your house is warm or there's a lot of sunshine, then water them twice a day. Transplant them very gently as the roots are very fragile.